And just like that, I'm rolling. I am in nature. Got a river to the left of me. Got beautiful green trees. All is good in the world. So, last minute bikepacking trip out on the Biz Johnson Trail in Susanville, which is this killer rail trail. And as you can tell, it is stunning. Ooh, puddles. Not that I needed to find an excuse to come do a little bikepacking trip, but wanted to test some equipment for an upcoming trip, and this was a good excuse. Shout out to Albert, by the way. He stopped and chatted me up a bit in the parking lot before I took off. Super cool dude who rides bikes, was talking about the trail. Yeah, he asked about my YouTube. So shout out Albert. That was a good send-off, thank you. Little overnighter. That's all we're doing, just a little overnighter. Nothing crazy like the last trip. Just gonna go up about 50 something miles, 4K of climbing, go home tomorrow about 50 miles and only 1,800 feet or 1,700 feet of climbing, all downhill tomorrow. So very, very casual trip, and also a little bit of recon for some friends who might want to run this with me at another date. With that said, enjoy the views. Whoa. Okay then. Big boulders. Big boulders in the way. If you're coming out here, heads up for the big boulders. And if y'all are wondering why I have a big old light on my head, I'm not planning on riding in the dark, but I do gotta get through this thing. Tunnels. There's tunnels. That's why I got lights, for the tunnels. I love that. So awesome. Oh yeah. Two-time tunnel. Double tunnel. It's like 40 degrees cooler in here. Maybe not that much, but it feels like it. It feels so refreshing. Ah yeah. We're only like a couple miles in. It's gonna be a good one, y'all. Big tunnel. Big tunnel. So that's been the thing with this little adventure so far today, is there's lots of things that are in the trail. First it was the rock slide and the giant boulders. And then there was a few trees. And here's another tree. I'm not sure what's happening here, but can you see that thing? Yeah, absolutely gorgeous out here, having a great time, moving absolutely slow per usual, but I just thought it was funny. Like, that's like the third tree, or I think the third tree I've come across that was down in the middle of the path. So, I mean, no big deal. You know it ain't a gravel ride unless you hike a bike. Yeah. Oh, sorry about that. I'm not even 20 miles in. 1,300 feet climbed and 18 and a half miles. I'm having an absolute blast because it is so gorgeous. And the roads out here are phenomenal. Like the Biz Trail is great. And then like the little side roads are so tempting, but making my way, enjoying the sunshine. I may or may not make it to camp before the sun goes down. It would not surprise me if I made it to camp in the dark. I'm learning that's how this thing goes, apparently. No views, but we got trees! Here's a random fun fact. My first ever marathon was the Biz Johnson Trail. And it actually starts from right here at this Mason Junction. I just realized where I am. That is the marathon that scarred me for life. I hobbled the last 7 miles of it. Yeah, I made it through 19 miles and then hobbled the last 7. Man, it was absolutely brutal. There's nothing technical about it, but it is like 1,100 feet of descending, which if you've never run that or don't train for that, yeah, it destroyed my ankles. Also could have been part of the shoes I was wearing. Quickly realized that brand was terrible for me. Yeah, so it took me a long time to get past that that wretched memory of doing good for 19 miles and then hobbling for 7. Yeah, good old Biz Johnson, bringing back some memories. And we are off the Biz Johnson onto some road, making our way to the lake. Yeah, so wild. So wild. Matter of fact, I never raced a marathon again. I did do a 50K this year. That was the first time like racing something that distance on trail. And I made it through the marathon okay on that one. Okay, barely. I love this stuff. This is amazing. I have like only seen maybe like 2 or 3 people, and now like that's it. Now I'm on this wide open road. There's nobody here. I'm just surrounded by big old trees and nature, and the wind could F off, but I love this. Woo!
I wish it was you again. Daytime nightmares, halfway here and halfway there. It was always about you. Sunset you again. Daytime, nightmares, halfway here and halfway there. It was always about you. Sunset, sunrise, all my life were passing away. But I want you, I want you.
Man, this has been too good already. Made it to Lake Almanor. I think I'm like 30 something miles in. Almost 40. Yeah, I spent the last like 5 or 6 miles like cruising around like this neighborhood that just follows the lake. It's like a peninsula, and then it just ends all the way down at the end here. It is so damn pretty, and the water feels amazing. However, it is all climbing to camp from here, and that sun is setting quick, so I'm trying to enjoy it, but maybe not too long. I mean, this is the good stuff. Yeah. That was 45 miles in. Yeah, this whole little section was just kind of a mileage filler just to add on some miles, but man, I am so glad I added this in. This is way better than just a mileage filler. Super pretty, incredible road, just stunning houses, and then cap it off at the point. Get to dip your feet in the water, enjoy the view for a second. I would be tempted to stay longer, but I have a lot of climbing left in the last 20 miles, 15 miles, whatever it is. So kick rocks, keep going. Yeah, a lot of climbing. I got 18 miles left, almost 3,000 feet of climbing, 2,000 something feet to get to camp. And I might stop in town to resupply, because there's no resupply tomorrow. Pretty freaking wild what you can find on a bike and the things you get to see, and just, I don't know, this is amazing is what this is. Just solidifying how much I love packing up my bike, planning a route, and then just going on that route and see what happens. Yeah, okay. Climb. Leave it to me to always find something stupid steep on a loaded bike. Oh my gosh. Did I need to route this in? I don't know. It hit 17% at one point. Currently it's only 9. Good news, it's pavement. Can't be that bad, right? Oh, it's that bad. GoPro can't do it justice, but what? I am so confused. My GPS the way I route it says to go straight, which is up this embankment. It's a dirt road. It looks legit, but the road over there goes that way. So I don't know if this is like a shortcut or not, but it's pretty freaking cool. There's giant boulders. It's rideable. Why not? Okay. Well, you see, folks, I got myself in a predicament. Because once I go too far that way, there's nothing till we get back on the biz. There might be some stuff earlier in the day, but I'm not 100% sure. So I either go straight towards camp and hope for the best, or I turn back that way and go 5 or 6 miles out of the way and then turn around and come back this way. If I go that way, it goes to town and I can stock up on some extra water. Want to see what we're dealing with? So if I go straight, it just goes into the woods, all the way into the woods to camp. And I don't know how clean or dirty this water is and if it's worth filtering or trying to filter. I also don't see, but it's hard to tell, there may be, if there's a creek or not. If there's a creek, I could fill up in the creek. So, like, what is all this? Just patches. Weird. Oh wait, is that a creek? Bailey Creek. Ooh. So if I don't go that way, I then go this way to Chester, back out, and then up. But I just saw on the map there's a creek. Such a pickle. Let me check my water and make that decision. I do have that new bottle on the back that is full. If I can fill up in the creek, that'd be freaking incredible though. Okay, hold. Yeah, screw town. We're sending it towards camp in the woods, and hopefully that creek we can fill up in. If not, I might have enough to get by. Ask and you shall receive. If that's all the way up to where I'm going, we are good on water. Yes! That makes me happy. Yes. All right. The moon! Can y'all see the moon? Might be too small on the GoPro. Look at those views! Oh my God, don't die. Pretty, but sad at the same time. Obviously it all burnt in a fire at one point, but nature for you nowadays. Or people. Sorry, I know I'm talking a lot, I feel like, but why do we do these things? Why do we climb? Why do we do hard miles? Why? You don't know. You must be new here. For the views! Oh, can you even see that? That's Lake Almanor. So, that's part of the lake. That's part of the lake. This is the peninsula. I rode all the way down to that peninsula, and you can't even tell because it's on the other side of the hill of it, but I was all the way down in the middle of that. Oh my God. That is insane. Climbing is so worth it if you get a view, and that is a view. Kind of puts in perspective how big this lake is. Damn, Eleanor, he's pretty big. I do like your curve in the middle too. Can we get to camp? Oh, I know. That looks like a little itty bitty hill. It ain't. It is stupid steep. Lucky for me, it's a road. Just a casual 10% and climbing. Why? Longest 10 miles to camp ever. Not true. Bear Valley was similar. Hell of a lot harder than this is though. This is doable. So many freaking mosquitoes. So many freaking mosquitoes, but got a liter of water, so we're good. That's enough for food tonight. And potentially enough to get me to another watering hole tomorrow. Ew. Wow. This is stunning. "64 miles, 4,200 feet of climbing in 5 hours. Wow, I feel so spoiled right now. Okay, mosquitoes are real. I gotta get set up and get out of these clothes and into some better stuff. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, it's just wild the places a bicycle can take you. And then even wilder when you pack up said bicycle with gear to basically live off of. Like, you know, got a whole sleep system, got a camp system. It just opens up so many more doors. Just insane. I'm kind of going up the hill to see if the mosquitoes are better up here, because they are pretty bad down there. Well, I moved up the hill thinking I was going to get away from the mosquitoes, that they were going to be better, but they're not much better up here. I have one wet wipe towelette I've been using. I don't even know where it went to get rid of these suckers, but making some tea. I'm sitting in this like burnt hole of a fire log. There's the bike. camp. Gonna try the coffin out tonight. Look at the moon. Incredible day. I had a blast. Super fun day. Yeah, this setup that I have is working out great. You know, skinny gravel tires, so the gravel that I've been on so far has been good, and these tires actually work really well. Shout out to the homie Dummit for recommending these tires. They're super quick on the road, and they've been handling this dirt no problem. 50s would be ideal in this with this tire, but I can't complain. This is not the highlight of the day. I mean, the lake is beautiful and is absolutely stunning, but all these mosquitoes suck. I'm gonna have to definitely stock up on better bug spray or something. This is miserable. Highlight of the day though, I would have to say probably the road stretch, surprisingly. Like the neighborhood road stretch of right next to the lake to the peninsula. That was just so beautiful. Like, I get it's a neighborhood and there's a bunch of fancy houses and stuff, but the road was super nice. It was super pretty. You kept getting little glimpses of the lake, and then you got down to the point and you just had this big old expansive lake, just breathtaking. Yeah, that was probably the highlight of the day. I really enjoyed that. So I'm gonna make some dinner. Dinner tonight is gonna be ramen with some chicken mixed in, per usual. I'm gonna climb into this tent coffin thing here shortly because of these bugs, and then we'll do it again tomorrow.
There were some big deer trampling through the woods last night. I was like, please don't step on me. I'm sure I look like a bush or something. Good morning. Welcome to day 2. And this is what the inside of a coffin looks like. Tight space. Okay. No, I actually slept pretty good last night, surprisingly. Other than the deer trampling through the woods, I slept pretty dang good. On a little bit of a slope. Could have picked a flatter spot. I am thankful for this little screen net thingy, because I could hear the mosquitoes. They kept just like pinging off this thing. I was like, haha, you can't get me. You can't get me, this tasty treat inside. You ain't getting it. So, oh shit, here comes one right now. Okay, time to get up, get some tea, get rolling, see what this beautiful day's got in store. Oh, yeah.
First task of the day, other than the typical breakfast and tea, is hike a bike out of my little hillside camp spot and try to find the road. I'm pretty sure it's right here somewhere though, but it all looks the same. Check. Found it. And we are off. Day 2. Short day. More downhill than uphill. Only about 2K of uphill. And we'll see what we get into. There's a lot of woods.
J'ai toujours au fond de moi
I got no words. That was incredible. This, wherever the hell I am, is incredible. That was some of the best dirt gravel I've ever been on. Mental. Mental. This is nuts. This day just keeps getting better and better. This route keeps getting better and better. Like, I feel like I should touch wood because maybe it's gonna get shitty, but I just passed like 10 different lakes. Okay, maybe not that many, at least 5. 5 different lakes that are all just gorgeous, like bigger than ponds, but definitely like little lakes. And then I found a campground that has nobody in it. And then I just thought I'd stop in and check it out. And then I see this. Clean water? Yes, please. I mean, okay, the mosquitoes can fuck off, but hey, I will get some water. She got water? Okay, no water. I thought it was too good to be true. Bummer. That was exciting for a second. This is just wild. I don't even know what to say anymore. 2 hours in, I've seen 2 cars, and that was on that main stretch of road back there. Other than that, it's like I'm on a desolate island. There's just nothing. Deer, there's deer doing their little hoppy thing. Not moving very fast, but it's all good. 2 hours in, 28 miles, 1,400 feet of climbing. I've got 26 miles left back to the car. Should be getting close to Biz here. Oh look, a person. Nothing like two dudes in the middle of the woods, in the middle of the road with chainsaws. Neither one of them could hear you coming up. Feeling pretty good today. I'm just stoked. Like, this is just turning out to be so damn beautiful. I'm just really enjoying myself. I feel like the mileage I picked for each day is spot on. Like, it's not like overdoing it where I feel like it's a lot of work, and it's like kind of in that sweet spot where it's like just enough. So especially with how late I left yesterday, and yesterday being most of the climbing, and then today I'll be done really early because I left at almost like 7. So hey there. All the way up, and then like there's more like dirt roads up there, but it also will like spit you out onto like the highway.
Okay.
And then like once you get on the highway, you could take it into whatever the little town is over there.
Can we take a picture?
Yeah.
I'll show it to my brother that you're the one watching the YouTube.
Let's do it.
You never know, man. You're gonna be a famous. You get a lot of subscribers. I'm one of those.
Let's go.
Yeah.
You.
Yes. Yeah, I recognize you. I was thinking he's gonna be going back for sure. And I was
Oh,
right.
it's perfect timing. I saw you. I was like, that's Albert. I'm like, oh, that is him. I'm like, wait.
You're gonna see my truck next to your truck.
Yeah, this is amazing. If you get further up, you'll love it.
This is one of the,
This is amazing.
one of the nicest trail, huh? I'm
Yeah.
gonna see that. I'm gonna see that
Yeah.
in your YouTube, man.
Yeah, I got a lot of footage of like the different roads and stuff, and it's wild. And then I camped at that lake last night and there was nobody there. Just I had it all to myself. It was wild. Although the deer were crazy last night. I woke up, I was like, I heard them. I was like, oh, please do not trample me right now. Oh man, such a cool dude. That's Albert. He stopped yesterday. Shout out to you, Albert. He stopped yesterday, was asking about my bike and like how far I was riding and everything. Like just sent me off on a good note. And then I was jamming down and I just seen him. I kind of like passed him. I was like, wait, that's that guy from yesterday. So hold on, turn around. And so I turned around, yep, it was Albert. Telling me he subscribed to the channel, watched some videos, something like that's what's up. I don't know, cool. And I just love when you meet random people like that and just good people who love riding bikes, you know, and get stoked on like bike videos and things like that. Just super rad. So shout out to you, Albert. I hope you got further up the trail today. Keep crushing, man. One of these days you'll make it all the way up, do the whole route I did. I'm telling you, it's so sick. Yeah, gotta love the cycling community. If you need any other reason to get on a bike, there it is right there. Just rad people. All right, we're about like 4 miles back to the car and calling it a day. Head back to Reno. Incredible trip. incredible trip. Man, I got a lot to say about this route. I got a lot to say, maybe not a lot to say about this setup. Man, just for a solo trip, this was beyond epic. So pumped right now. High on life. Woo! Well, that's it. That's the end of day 2. End of this quick little trip. Finishing off 2 days with 119 miles, 5,889 feet of climbing. Incredible. What an incredible little trip. Wow, that packed a punch. I've got to say, that was just probably one of the best routes that I have ever created. And I don't know if you've created routes before, but it always seems like when creating routes you run into some kind of BS. This route, however, was zero BS. I still cannot figure out how that route went so good. It was absolutely incredible. All the dirt sections were incredible. Like, you know, you always kind of plan out these routes, especially if they're like gravel, and then you're like trying to look at all the satellite images, like, is this road going to be rideable, not rideable? Is this going to be hike-a-bike? So questionable. And there was a lot of that after Almanor, where I was like, I kind of know this section, but after this section, I don't know. I really don't know. And it's out there ways where it's like, I don't know. It was all phenomenal. I cannot believe how good. That is probably some of the best gravel I have ever ridden out here. Best dirt I have ever ridden in this whole stretch. Tahoe, Portola, that whole mountain range all the way over here. Like, that is by far the best. I'm blown away. This trip was incredible. This is actually a route that I would go and do again, as is, or reverse, or even try to add on some more things. Like, there's so many roads I saw that I was like, man, where does that go? Cool thing about this route also is you could do it as a one-day epic. It ended up only being 119 miles. So on an unloaded bike, you could easily rip it pretty quick, do it in one full day. So that's also good to know. I will put a link down below to like my 2 Stravas, so if anybody wants to do the routes, they can. Yeah, I am just beyond stoked on that. That was a freaking really great trip. Just, you know, a day and a half basically, or whatever it ended up being. So good. Highlight for today probably would be the descents. There was a couple descents after camp that were just mind-blowingly good, and like had some flowy turns, and just, yeah, the descents probably had to be the highlight. Like, it was cool seeing some lakes and stuff like that, but the descending was phenomenal today. I forgot to tell you, the bike weighed in this time at 50 pounds. I did shave off about 16 pounds. Now, part of that is due to the new sleep system, but still, it was a heck of a lot lighter, and this is probably my favorite setup I have gotten so far bike packing. Like, walking away from this trip, I'm not like, oh, I wish I would have done this different. I didn't have any issues where I'm like, I need to go and fix this. This is the first time that I'm like, this is a great setup. Now, if I could just make it lighter, that's always going to be where I'm questioning, but this was a phenomenal setup. And Those 45 tires are phenomenal, but come on, give me a 50. If they made that tire in 50, it'd be so amazing. I think if I was stuck on a bike that had 45s only all the time, I probably would opt for a suspension seat post. After running 2.2s for so long and going to a 45, even on nice gravel, it felt a little bit rough in the rear end, whereas like, however, it was great to test out the setup for the big trip coming up, so I am beyond stoked on that. I am just buzzing from this trip. Like, insane route, awesome setup. Sleeping in the coffin wasn't even that bad. It got a little bit, had a little bit of moisture towards this morning or whatever, but otherwise, like, yeah, I'm loving it. I love the new setup. So all positive things from this trip. Yeah, I am stoked. I'm not sure what I made out of this video. These things are, you know, hit or miss sometimes, and I just try to film what I can and try to put together what I can and just share the stoke of riding and bike packing that I've been doing. Now I gotta go get some chicken nuggets or something because I am starving and I got an hour drive. Hope you guys enjoyed that. If you have any questions about the bike setup, the route, anything else, whatever, drop it below. I'm always happy to share my knowledge with you guys. You know, I'm always happy to get people stoked on riding. So all good things. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one.